I'm going to call on stage Mr. Mujeebullah Khan, who is the CEO iTextiles. Today, Mujeebullah Khan is going to talk more about the value creation rather than the value addition. So, sir, please.
All right. So I'm going to briefly introduce our company and what we do, but primarily, I'm going to introduce 3 new concepts, which is going to, which we believe and very close to our heart, which are the game changers in textile. As you can see, it's about 3 new concepts are around innovation, consumer insight, and branding. And the reason, these are all buzzwords, everybody loves using them. So I wanted to, introduce them in the textiles arena, and also what is the real innovation in textiles. So a bit about Pakistan. If you look at Pakistan, and you'll be surprised, and that's my logic why we are working here, is that there are still countries can everybody see, sorry? There are still countries we don't look at. I mean, whenever there's a discussion on textile, we look at China, India, Bangladesh, because we're all, race to the bottom. So we want to be the winner in race to the bottom, but we believe, and for the last 25 years we've been doing this, that there are, strategically, there is an opportunity where we are cheaper Turkey and better Bangladesh. But Turkey has its own, attractions. So whatever, if you look at this chart, I can't use the laser, but there are still countries in the West who has a bigger share in garments than Pakistan, which is an eye-opener, right? There's still 100% cotton fabric manufacturers in Germany, Spain, UK, and they're doing wonders. So a bit about, obviously, garment is more attractive because it gives the highest value. Raw material, yarn, is very close to, and I just mentioned it to someone that, why are we in textile? Because for 70 years, we think that we are growing cotton, so we should be in textile. So we are very close to the agriculture side of it. And I think price points are probably similar. Cotton, 20% add, you make a yarn and then you ship it out. Same logic, where, if you move the more you go west, more you add value. But I think even today, we are $6 range. But there's a huge world from 20 to 25. If you do, consumer insight, if you're a brand, if you're a distributor in Europe, you can do that. So a little bit, couple of slides, please bear with me, about what iTextile does. I'll just go briefly. Basically, we create concepts and then we support with the technology and raw material. So we create a value chain and then manage it. Let me put it this way. Across the board through, all the technical support, product support, supply chain, logistics, and concept development and everything. And, we are very proud to be, and there are much more added, but at the moment, this is probably taken 3 months ago, so we have now 4 or 5 more Western supplier added portfolio. And this is very interesting, and I'll come to it later, because what we don't realize, whatever we are wearing was decided by technology companies. We didn't decide it ourselves. A great example is stretch jeans. 15 years ago, the average weight of the jeans was what, like 14 ounce for men? Rigid. It has to stand on its own. But look what we are wearing. So we are helping Pakistan, stay there. This is a brief about our product portfolio. So this is what we do. we get in the consumer insight, and I'll explain all of these, through my videos and all. So I think there's a video about what is innovation. So innovation is not a department in your organization. It's a culture. And it's not rocket science. It's very simple, from a yarn perspective. If you have a yarn, and if you want to increase the loom speed, what you're doing to the yarn is also innovation. So it doesn't have to be, a separate department doing innovation and a separate department doing yarn improvement. It's a culture. And in my organization, I'm the CEO, it's my responsibility. Not manager who reports to me, like HR or human capital, it's not human resource. And in our business, especially textile, innovation is based on the consumer insight, that a non-obvious understanding about your customers, which, if acted upon, has a potential to change their behavior for mutual benefit. And you will see in my coming slides why I'm saying this. I mean, we assume that, if I am a yarn producer, my customer is just a weaver or, a guy sitting in Hong Kong buying containers. No. If we know the consumer insight, what's happening at the consumer level, it will be very useful.
Powerful business ideas, like new products and great advertising, often start with a unique insight into the behavior of your consumer. What is consumer insight, and how do you find these powerful tools?
Hi, I'm Bob Clark. I've managed marketing for some of the top-selling consumer brands around the globe for the last 2 decades. I've seen the power of consumer insights to drive a business forward. A consumer insight is the central value or belief that drives consumption and stimulates a purchase. It's a quick written statement, but it's the lens that the consumer sees your business through. Now, a lot of times, marketers will talk to their consumers and watch their behaviors, but these are really not getting down to the level of insights. Let me give you an example. I like to drink hot tea in the morning. If you were a tea manufacturer, you would first find out that consumers like me like to drink tea because its unique flavor and its relaxing quality. All these things are easily observed and offer little power to differentiate your brand. But after you explored my world and dug into my beliefs, you'd find that I drink tea in the morning after my hectic commute and when I need to get rid of distractions. Tea is my bridge. It gives me focus and the power to start my day. Now, this is an insight that allows a tea company to target their brand and their message more powerfully. And by the way, some tea brands talk about quality and flavor and where they're grown. For me, there's still an opportunity for better branding and activation for this important part of my day. Look, consumer insights are powerful because they let you differentiate yourself from the competition out there. They let you gain market share, and that drives your business forward. At 24K Marketing, we can help you uncover those insights. We'll give you that power and those tools to drive your business forward. Give us a call. This doesn't have to be a mystery.
So, but, I mean, there's some basic definitions I downloaded from YouTube, so I'm not representing these companies, but it gives a great idea about what insight is. And later I will connect it to textiles. So it helps you enter market, measure performance, reduce cost, reduce instances of void contact, more efficient, increase consumer satisfaction. Now, textile, which we all can't get rid of. A brief about, market size, which has been discussed in other presentations also. Where is textile in the consumer preference? It's research done by, Cotton Incorporated. I think, and it used to be, if I'm not wrong, second. Now gadgets has taken over. So clothes have become number 3. Last I saw this. And these are the purchase drivers, top purchase drivers for consumer. Fit, comfort, quality, price, durability. And you'll be surprised, it's not fit, price is not number 1. So this is a fantastic, and primarily we talked about cotton during this conference, and everybody mentioned that look at the consumption of polyester, look at the consumption, cotton is going to die. I will pick up, 2-3 concepts and which are negative to cotton. The biggest thing, and which is negative to cotton, is the quick dry, which we all, say moisture management, but it's moisture management for quick dry. There are 2 reasons. A, consumer wants to wear their clothes, like athleisure. So leisure wear and athletic wear are merging. So they want to wear the same clothes at work, at gym. Then the other thing which is happening, which is going to affect cotton, and the reason for cotton consumption keeps coming down, is that dryer temperature in washing machines is coming down in the West by law. So so temperature means that, and unfortunately, we are all in heavy fabrics. So our major business in Pakistan is towel, fleece, bed sheets, and denim. None of these, textile products dry at low temperature. So that's why polyester or man-made fiber is replacing textiles. And even wearing it, 10 years ago, I used to play golf with my cotton t-shirts, and I used to say, oh, we are a cotton country, I'm allergic to polyester. Now, I cannot imagine playing with cotton. Polyester dries so well. I mean, it has some odor issues. Odor resistance is very high, but the technology is taking care of it. Because it dries so well that I can play and then go in the coffee shop or the clubhouse and have if I'm wearing cotton, I have to go home, change, and come back. And you all can see, at the sports shop, there's no cotton. It's all man-made. Even in casual, athleisure brands like Lululemon, Gap Athletica, you go and you don't see any cotton anymore. So these are these are the 4 key attributes we are trying to work in Pakistan to bring bring these, if we can, in a dream situation. If all of these can be built into cotton, we'll do wonders, because we're all cotton country, and our technologies are also built around spinning and volumes and all that. But these are the 4 key attributes, and I'm not going to give a solution because I think there's a group discussion after that, panel discussion. We'll try to find a solution around innovation, consumer insight. So I'm just, breaking the ground for the panel discussion. But these are 4 key: dries faster, wick moisture. So these are one attribute: odor control, fit better. Fit better. I'll give you an example. For denim, the stretch is probably 80% of bottoms, but there's a latest, and stretch is now, used to be 25% in the fabric, now it's 40%. So the concept which came with it is not stretch, because everything is assumed, everybody assumes I cannot go out and sell a rigid pair of jeans, but it's recovery. So from 10-11% growth in the fabric, it's down to 3, because they want it to fit better. This is something very interesting. I was at a conference call last night with an European importer, and he was really worried because he said that there's a bigger phenomena than happening in the market, after recycle and everything. Now consumer societies are talking about consuming less textile. I mean, if you go back and look at your wardrobe, you have clothes enough for the rest of your life. So why to buy new clothes? And that is going to impact, consumer production countries for sure. And then, the cost, time, lead times. I think Dr. Khurram mentioned Portugal. They tell them in the morning what color they want. In the evening, next day it is shipped out. Very important. The other concept is, because we are in a country where we are pushing our product, right? So a brand is a great way, be it yarn, be it fiber, be it, the best example, I don't know about now, the most well-known consumer brand in the world, sixth most well-known consumer brand in the world was Coca-Cola, was Lycra for a very long time. And it's a yarn brand. But it was, so well done. And a brand is a great story. I mean, this says it all. Where brand gives you, right away explains to you, like, if like Zakir Tikka, meaning Zakir, so you can taste it in your mouth that, okay, I'm going there, I'm going to get this flavor. So, and these are the prerequisites for the brand: customer experience, consistent quality, value and use, product availability and service. So why branding? Willingness to pay premium. It's very important. Because we are all we all work for companies where we have to make more profit. And a great example is that a polyester yarn is maybe $3 a kilo, and a yarn with 30% Coolmax in it is $7 a kilo. So please make more Coolmax. and this is relevant to this conference. I mean, it doesn't have to be a consumer brand. It can be an ingredient brand, raw materials. It can be a trade brand, Tenkate. These are companies in Europe who are still doing wonders. They have their fabric brands. And you go to even Japanese denims, you go to a high-end, $90 euro pair of jeans, it has that fabric made by Korabe or Kaihara. And then consumer brands. So example, characteristics. I think 90% of us are in the 1 and 2 category, where we can create a trade brand or we can create an ingredient brand. And there are other ways to do a co-brand, component brand, ingredient brand. We can also co-brand it. And then you link it to the performance, that how, if I'm buying Cordura, I'm expecting, or a Kevlar, very great example, where, I saw it in a movie that someone was wearing Kevlar and someone didn't know what he's wearing. So the guy Kevlar is for bulletproof jackets. So the guy said, okay, I'll go first because I'm wearing Kevlar. I think they must have paid him millions to I think it was Terminator or something. So co-branding, Versace, H&M working together. This is very unique, you know. Porsche and BlackBerry work together to create a Porsche BlackBerry phone. Nike and Apple working together for the Fitbit. In textile, you have, you know, Coolmax, Cordura, Lycra, Lenzing. Lenzing has done fantastic in last 5-7 years. I mean, they came back and they created a category. I mean, imagine soft jeans. No, I will never wear it, but now I'm wearing it. Because they created a brand attached to a category, which is soft hand feel. A great example
It's
of
tough
a
finding
engagement
t-shirts that
brand.
stay fresh and won't stink when I'm under pressure. That's why me and my crew wear t-shirts powered by IntelliFresh. IntelliFresh is this invisible ingredient that keeps my t-shirts and racing suit smelling nice and fresh. It's like anti-stink, protection that's built right into my clothes so I can stay fresh and do a whole lot less laundry.
Search for Russell Cool Forces tees with IntelliFresh built in at walmart.com or your local Walmart store. IntelliFresh. Stay fresh. Wash less.
See, it addresses two very important consumer insights. It's not by, I mean, DuPont bought it. That's I mean, this category, I've been part of it. I saw them 7-8 years ago. It was the most exciting category after stretch because you don't want to wash your clothes to be sustainable. And I was discussing this just before. In the life of the garment, 30% of water or 35% of water is consumed in manufacturing it, and 65 to 70% of the water is consumed from cradle to grave in the consumption while you consuming that garment. And we all are, champions in dyeing, finishing, where we are consuming less water. But what about consumer using less water to wash it? So I'll bring you back to where we were, and encourage you to, talk to us. See, 80% of our business is probably 5% of the retail price. $40, $2.50. 6%. So our industry is standing on, and you're as good as your last order. The new terms, cost neutral, they will leave if there's a cheaper option. Unless we go into garment, distribution of garment. Interloop is not here. They're a great model in US. Retailer. There are Pakistani companies in New York, with denim companies with their own brand, and they're selling it for $90, $95. We are supporting a brand for motorcycle jeans, unbreakable, beautiful jeans. So innovation, a great start to create the key to create competitive excellence in textile. Please, wherever you go, even domestic, local, wherever, Google, YouTube, it's a great source now. You don't go to your boss and tell him that I want to travel because I want to get consumer insight. It's available here. Relevant, it has to be, so then you become relevant to the consumer insight. The most important thing, because if I can talk for hours about nylon, but it doesn't support our existing setup. But if you have the consumer insight, you'll be the fastest, you'll be faster than your competition. So you'll create a competitive excellence. Must brand. If whatever you do, just brand it. The other thing which I forgot to write, patent it if you can. There are fabric patents, there are weaving patents, there are yarn patents, there, the way you, what's it called, diesel jog jeans. It's a patent of ISCO, Turkish company. And we're just trying to copy it and violate the patent. Why can't we have our own patents? Thank you very much. And I would like to thank Tex Talks and their team, and fantastic. Thank you very much.